There's two choices: be prepared or everything is fine. One of them is going to be right in the end. Before the break, I told you that Bill Gross, the manager of the world's largest mutual fund, said the dollar is in danger of losing 20% of its value if the Fed continues with quantitative easing. Now, I haven't believed them for a long time, okay? That's why I went out, I bought this gold coin. It's an ounce. When I bought it, it was $670 for this one coin. Put it away. This $670 today broke another record, $1,505. Is that better or worse? I purchased this silver at $15 just around the holidays. $15 for an ounce. It's now $44. Now let me just show you. Here's the difference. Remember, this $670, now $15.50. Sorry, $15.05. This $15 and now $44. This, when I worked for this just like you did. When I worked for this, it was worth $1. It's now worth 80 cents. Which this is everybody is fine. And this is be prepared. Which one do you end up with in the end? Which one leaves you with anything? Be prepared for the world to change. Joe, could you please, these make me nervous, could you please put these, give these to the guy with the gun? Go put them in the bank. We're being taught to hate. We're being taught to hate. And it's a diversion. You got to blame it on somebody. We're being taught to hate the banks and Wall Street, the rich. Well, who's on the front lines of all of this? Because there's no specifics. The rich, the banks, they're not all bad. Francis Fox Piven is encouraging to tap into people's anger, the youth, the useful idiots swept up, young communist, socialist, anarchist groups. I want to show you some pictures. This is in Olympia, Washington. Anarchists violently protested at a bank, broke a bunch of windows, graffitied the building. We've seen these anarchists in Greece and London wearing hoods and masks while causing violent chaos, shooting paint bombs and light bulbs filled with ammonia at police officers, because banks are bad. Banks are bad. Rich are bad. Let me speak directly to the communists and the youth that are in these groups. I have news for you. You're a dope. You're being used. I mean, how stupid do you have to be to not see this? Do you really think you're on the same side as George Soros? You're on the same side as many of the people in power already. You really think they're going to have use for you in your little black outfit with the hood and the light bulb? Please, please, you're a dope. George Soros isn't a communist. He's not going to institute communism. What do you think they're doing at Bretton Woods? Were any of your communist friends, were they there? Even if Van Jones were president, communism wouldn't be shoved down people's throats. There's too much money at stake. It's just who has the money. And I got news for you. You're not going to have it. They will. So why are they doing it? Why are they telling you? Let me ask you this. Who's winning right now? Is it Soros or the glorious worker? Who's the power going to shift to? The working stiff? Or Van Jones and his buddies, who will profit off the system? Will it be you or the big financial institutions that are screwing you now? Everybody knows about it. Nobody's doing it. The same people who are saying those fat cats are bad aren't arresting them now. Why not arrest them? Why not use the system? I mean, you might get a sweet cape when it's all said and done. You can fly wherever you want to. Maybe you can fly to Cuba. Congrats on that. But the rest of America is in for a bumpy ride. The Black Panthers, whose case was mysteriously dropped by the DOJ, also staging some protests coming up this Saturday. The campaign is a national day of action and unity, and they're urging followers to boycott all non-black businesses. Wait, what happened to the unity talk? And they're looking for rallies, marches, demonstrations, programs, and confrontations, end quote. Maybe the media should look into this. I can't tell you how many days I wake up thinking, I've got to find a good confrontation. Their website says, quote, we are trying to vigilantly taking to the streets, police stations, protests or projects, courthouses, state capitals, house of racists, morgues, jails, and anywhere our people can be found and the fight can be found for justice. We'll rattle the enemy and those who are asleep to show and prove to the world that we are wide awake. Just in case they're still mistaking me for a racist, I do have beware of guard dog signs up around my house. I wouldn't recommend. We told you on this program that they would target banks. SEIU leader Stephen Lerner, that's his dream. It's starting to happen now. We told you that when they got desperate, when it was ready, spring the trap, they would use racist and racism. We've seen that, the Tea Parties with no basis. And now come the Black Panthers, the thugs, looking for confrontations at people's houses or wherever they can cause trouble. You dopes. Communist anarchists, you with your cute little black masks or your little army uniform that makes no sense at all, you are being used. If you think Soros cares about you and your little Black Panther party, please. Please. If you think you're going to win against him, please. You're a dope. The rest of America, prepare yourself. Make a choice. They have united forces, the Black Panthers, now lining up with the Nation of Islam. Wait a minute, that's like right here on this board. Can you get this with 6? Radicals, Islamists, communists, and socialists, right here. I wrote it. That they would work together to overturn stability and capitalism. Wait a minute. That's crazy talk. Remember? They're not doing that. Except now they clearly are doing that. Buckle up, America. Be a force for good. I'll show you how in the next few minutes.